Hello everybody, welcome to another quick video and welcome to Buzzamere and the associated area. I want to have a chat today about something that I've been noticing quite a bit of, and that's a lot of landscape photography channels. You've got to have full frame, you've got to have the biggest sensor possible. I don't think you do. I think Micro Four Thirds is the ideal thing for it. So we'll have a chat, we'll have a wander, we'll see what you think. So although today we've not really got much light at all, which I'm slightly disappointed at, because just up there at the moment there's a solar eclipse going on, which would have been great to see, but unfortunately, yeah, the clouds rolled in. But although it's a bit windy, we can use the live ND, a fantastic feature inside the OM1. OM1 2 obviously, 7-stop ND, get some really nice smooth images with it. Yes, it's a little bit choppy today, but it smooths it just enough to play with. But we've got some great mood up on Fleetwood Pike, all around the area. Haystacks has been looking glorious as well. And there's a weight penalty that you get with full frame as well, which, although some of the newer stuff, it has negated it a bit. You've still got that to consider. I mean, obviously at the moment I'm running the 12-100 with the OM1 Mark II. Now you're probably looking about 1200 gram weight on that, but it's not stupidly heavy. And you've got to consider the range here. I've got f4 all the way through, great depth of field if I need it, and stunning, absolutely stunning image stability. So that really is a plus for me. And there's an absolutely hilarious gust of wind comes through there, easily 40 mile an hour. Crazy, struggling to stand up there for a minute. Hopefully you can hear me okay over the wind that's coming through. It's died down a bit now though, thankfully. As I was saying, you've not really got a massive weight penalty on this, but you've got a fantastic range. This is the 12-100, so your full frame equivalent is 24-200. f4 all the way through as well, so you can shoot nice and wide if you wanted to. But let's say we stop down to f8. You've got ridiculously good depth of field, which for landscape photography, a lot of people want. They want it pin sharp front to back. And this will give you that all day long. But you're not messing around with like stupidly high cost, first of all, of some of the full frame lenses to get this sort of quality out of it. And you're not messing around with sometimes the extreme weights of things. Because obviously full frame, you're going to need bigger glass to get the same results. So yeah, it does give you more of an edge, I think, than the full frame can give. And yes, some of the new full frame mirrorless, they're somewhat lighter, but I've used a Z7 with the 24-200 on, and I still find it heavier and bulkier to use than this. So yeah, there's that to consider. So the big thing for me running this, image stability. One of the OM Mark II, I've got 8.5 stops of image stability. Now what that means is if it's nice and still, not massively cold, I can go to about 40 seconds on this, handheld, just doing long exposure. I did a video, I'll sort of link it here and in the description, where literally it was a freezing cold morning, but I could still get reasonable 30-second handheld results. It's just a case of working with what you've got and practicing the handheld stuff. I know some people with the full frames, oh yeah, I can get like, oh, maybe I was something okay with doing a second or second and a half.
Morning.
Morning. Runner here. But yeah, with this, I have no problem doing stupidly long exposures. I don't tend to worry about having sort of the wrong gear or anything like that, because this lens is so versatile and so sharp, being one of the pro lenses, that it just doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, I've been out on long hikes up mountains, short hikes around places, street photography. I've done woodland with this, done quite a lot of different types of photography, even astro on this, and it just performs. I've done, admittedly not with this lens, the Aurora shots, which I'll pop one up now so you can see that. That was with the 9mm Leica, which isn't stabilised, but it's stupidly wide. So you get a little bit of extra leeway. Now, that was 5-second handheld, literally holding it down, close to the ground and pointing up. I was walking around people that were setting up doing shots with tripods, and I was getting shot after shot after shot that they couldn't get. They were on full frame, they couldn't do what I was doing. And that makes a massive difference. It opens up a world of opportunity that previously I just wouldn't have had. And for years there's been an argument, people saying that you can't do that with Micro Four Thirds. You've not got the quality in the sensors, you've not got the resolution in the sensors, you've not got the dynamic range in the sensors. Well, this OM1, I used to shoot full frame with the Canon 5D Mark IV. This runs rings round it. The way that they've actually built this sensor in the OM1 is absolutely fantastic. You get great dynamic range, absolutely astounding image quality, and yes, it's only 20 megapixels, but considering most images, say you're shooting in 4K, that's only 8 megapixels. That puts it into perspective. People seem to have a bit of a hang-up that they need thousands of megapixels. You've got to have the biggest and best megapixel camera that you could possibly buy, because just in case you might need something in there. Well, if you're shooting properly, you don't need those megapixels. Simple as that. There's no need to go completely bonkers. My 5D Mark I, my classic, that's 13 megapixels, 12.8-ish. And that was a pro camera back 2005. And the images from that are just as good now as they were back in 2005. You can't tell me that, that's not good. But look at the megapixel count. You don't need these 100 megapixel, 150 megapixel people are touting now. You don't need it. All you're doing by adding the density of the megapixel onto the sensor, especially on a full frame sensor, you just add noise because your light gathering capability isn't there. So really, I'm happy with 20 megapixels. If I need to, this will do pixel shift high resolution at 50 megapixel. Bonus about that, you actually get slightly better dynamic range because it's actually doing the image stacking for you. Plus, I've got the added benefit of all the massive computational stuff that's in this thing. And some of the stuff, it's like voodoo, it really is. So as another crazy gust of wind comes in, hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay over it. I'm trying to sort of face away from the wind, just try and cover it a bit. But, lens choice. Now I run a lot with the 12-100 on. It's that versatile and that powerful and stupidly clean. But I've also got the 7-14, the 150-400 Pro, big white. That's sublimely stupidly good, it really is. But you do pay the price for that one. But yeah. But I've also got some of the other lenses. I've got Lumix 9mm. f1.7, which is a beautiful lens. I've got the Lumix 25mm f1.2, which is glorious as well. I've also got some of the smaller kit lenses, and they're also fantastic. Got the 60mm macro. It's not a pro lens, but it's stupidly clean. There's a lot of choice out there, and the weight penalty really isn't there. I mean, considering what this does, it's not really that heavy, and the fact this is weather sealed, splash proof, freeze proof, anything you can throw at it proof. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. So those in consideration. Cost-wise, yes, a lot of the full frame stuff has come down in price, but considering the feature set of this OM1, you're probably up there with something like a Canon R5, that sort of level, Nikon Z8, and they aren't as cheap as these. Yes, there's a big argument that, because you're going onto the full frame side, you've got more options and stuff like that. But I don't think you have. I think after using this for a few years, it's completely changed my mind, and I'm ingrained into the Micro Four Thirds system. So much so that although I've got other cameras around, I'll always take these out. I found that when I first got started with Micro Four Thirds, I was leaving the full frame behind and taking the Micro Four Thirds because I was enjoying it more. I could do more with it, and frankly, it's more fun, which is what it's about for me. So the argument of depth of field, you can't get smooth backgrounds with Micro Four Thirds. Well, you can, but there are some physics involved that means you have to sort of work around a couple of things occasionally. But this f4, I can get fairly reasonable macro style shots. With the slightly wider aperture of the 60mm macro, I can get some belting shots. Plus this has inbuilt focus stacking. It's got what can be described as the craziest level of image stability I've ever experienced, which I've never actually found in anything else before at all. But if you're looking at, doing pure landscape photography, the depth of field issue isn't a problem at all, because normally, say you're on full frame, you want to be around f11 to get everything sharp. But with this, I can do exactly the same as f8. I'm getting more light to the sensor, less chance of noise, same sort of depth of field, and the problem just goes away. I've got more versatility. So, the other sort of big argument with Micro Four Thirds is you can't shoot in low light. With this I can. The key to it is exposing properly. The dynamic range is here on this. You just need to expose correctly. As long as you're doing that, it's not a problem. I mean, here's a shot now that I've taken that was in near dark conditions. And yeah, frankly, you wouldn't really know. There's no noise. There's not really a problem with the exposure itself. As long as you're doing it properly, yeah, there's no issue with it. So the real area that this would fall down if you're doing like high speed, low light. That's when you're going to need something like a bigger sensor, just for the physics of the thing. You need to be able to gather light very, very quickly. I mean, these will work quite well in low light, but you have to be very mindful of it. But as a landscape opportunity, this is perfect, and it's my go-to. This is why it always seems to be attached to the camera when I'm out and about. It's rare I've actually got anything other than that. Like I said, I did bring the 9mm in case I need to do anything wider, but frankly today the conditions aren't fantastic, but it's been good enough. But I'm going to keep on wandering now so I can get back onto the other run and down towards Buttermere itself, because there's a copy with my name on it. My thoughts on Micro Four Thirds, and more specifically the setup I use with the 12-100 as a landscape setup. What do you think? Do you think that the full frame as a landscape photographer's tool, although it is very useful, is maybe not as useful as what we've got here? Don't know. What do you think? Let's have a chat in the comments, see what your take is on it. Certainly, I've seen a lot of, mainly sponsored it seems, shift towards like the Hasselblad X2s. They seem to have basically just spent thousands and thousands giving a lot of YouTubers the cameras, but the results any better than on this? I wouldn't have thought so. But yeah, let's say this setup here, if I was to buy this brand new, you're looking just shy of £3,000. Absolutely brand new on the nose. Let's say we're looking at something like the Hasselblad X2. They start about 13,000. You can't tell me it's that many £1,000 better than that. Or is it? We don't know. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to carry on wandering down here now, get a few more shots, so there'll be a little bit of a gallery for you here. But if you've enjoyed the video, please do hit a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It's free of charge, doesn't cost a penny, but helps me out no end. I really do appreciate you subscribing. But from an incredibly windy bottom here, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
When lights go out, you're in my mind. I close my eyes, so it's just you and I tell myself you'll be back again. When the stars are aligned, we will dance in the meadow on our favorite place. When spring is coming, I still miss you so much, but I don't hold grudge. You had to go. I will save you a space for